Imagine this, you retire at age 65 with 10 million rand saved. A solid nest egg by any standard. You're careful, you've planned well, but then in just 5 years, you make one or two big purchases. Maybe it's an off-road caravan, a new bucky, or maybe it's helping the kids with a bond deposit, or maybe it's finally building that dream house on a plot. Fast forward a decade, and those decisions have quietly drained millions from your portfolio. Not just the upfront cost, but the ongoing insurance, levies, maintenance, upgrades, and the fact that the money wasn't invested and growing. Suddenly, instead of having 10 million rand still working for you, you've got 7 million rand and a lifestyle you're struggling to maintain. Here's the shock. It's not overspending on luxuries like holidays that usually sink a retirement plan. It's those big, emotional purchases that felt right in the moment but end up stealing freedom, time, and peace of mind later. So in today's video, I want to walk you through the 5 retirement spending traps I see South Africans regret the most, and just as importantly, how to avoid them so that your money buys you what really matters: freedom, joy, time, and peace of mind. Hi there and welcome back. I'm Hardy Swart, Certified Financial Planner at Family Wealth Custodians. My team and I have helped thousands of South Africans retire with clarity and confidence. Make sure you watch right through because later in this video, I'll unpack 3 research-backed strategies to use your money to create lasting happiness in retirement. Please note, this video is for educational purposes only and it's not personal advice. Your situation is unique. Chat to a qualified planner or contact our team before making any big financial decisions. The first spending trap we're going to look at is luxury renovations. Renovations can feel exciting. Funding upgrading the kitchen, adding a pool for the grandkids, or even redoing the whole house to make it your forever home. But I've seen many retirees spend millions on renovations that added very little to the quality of life. The project stress, cost overruns, and disruptions often outweigh the benefit. What to do instead? Focus on practical renovations, things that actually improve safety, efficiency, or accessibility. For example, one of the best investments many South African retirees make is installing solar panels with inverters and batteries. Not only does it cut reliance on Eskom and protect you from load shedding potentially, it also lowers running costs and long term. Those are upgrades that actually improve your quality of life, unlike granite countertops or a new swimming pool that you may regret later. Secondly, oversized homes. The dream of the big retirement home is powerful. Space for the grandkids, a big garden, maybe a small holding in Stellenbosch or George. But too often, retirees discover the costs of rates, levies, securities, and garden services climb year after year, while the energy and mobility actually decline. That dream house can become a financial anchor you can't enjoy. I've worked with clients who had to cut back on travel and lifestyle just to keep up with their home's carrying costs. The house became the thing that stole their freedom. What to do instead? Right size into a low maintenance, lock up and go property close to healthcare and community. Think convenience and sustainability, not just square meters. Third, we can look at timeshare and holiday clubs. Timeshares are one of the most universal regrets. The sales pitch is irresistible. Luxury resorts, guaranteed holidays, and the promise of flexibility. But the reality is often very different. Levies that increase faster than inflation, limited booking windows, and almost no resale value. I've seen clients pay levies year after year for holidays they no longer take. At that point, the timeshare isn't a joy, it's just a financial obligation. What to do instead? Compare the annual levy cost to simply booking an Airbnb, a guest house, or a lodge when and where you want. You'll almost always have better choice, more freedom, and often spend less. The fourth thing is the dependency trap. Helping children and grandchildren is one of the greatest joys in retirement. Whether it's a bond deposit, paying for varsity, or helping with medical bills, it can feel deeply rewarding. But the regret comes when generosity turns into dependency. A once-off gift quietly becomes monthly support, and before long, you're making large withdrawals from your retirement funds. In South Africa, with multi-generational responsibilities, this is a very real challenge. But here's the truth. Every rand you give without boundaries reduces your own independence later on. What to do instead? Be generous but set clear boundaries. Create education funds or make once-off contributions to specific goals. If ongoing support is unavoidable, make sure it's built into your retirement plan. Don't ignore the trade-offs. Remember, the best gift that you can give to your family is to not become financially dependent later on in life. Number 5. Boats, jet skis and caravans. The classic retirement toys. A boat at Langebaan, a jet ski at Hartbeespoort, or a fully kitted off-road caravan with a rooftop tent. They symbolize freedom, but the reality is often different. I've met retirees that spend hundreds of thousands of rands, sometimes millions, only to use the equipment or the toys a handful of times a year. Meanwhile, the insurance, licensing, tires, servicing and storage quietly drain their retirement budget. What was meant to buy freedom ended up actually stealing it. What to do instead? Rent before you buy. Test whether you actually love the lifestyle or just like the idea of it. If you won't use it at least 20 times a year, it's almost always cheaper to rent. And if you do buy, keep it below 5% of your investable wealth and treat it as a lifestyle cost, never as an investment. Before any big spend, ask 3 questions. First, time. Will this give me time or take my time? Second, cash flow. What's the true annual cost, all in, and does it crowd out travel, healthcare, and experiences? And thirdly, use. Will we use it more than 20 times a year for 5 years realistically? If you can't answer yes on time and use, and no strain on cash flow, press pause. Here's the good news. Some spending consistently delivers more joy. Buy back time. Hire help for what drains you. Garden, pool, deep cleans, tax admin, and use that time for relationships, movement, or purpose. Buying time only works if you trade it for meaning, not just for more scrolling. Experience over things. A garden route trip, Kruger with the grandkids, Namakwa and Bloom, Overberg wine weekend with friends. These stories compound. Things fade. Experience, rewire how you remember your life. Invest in others. With boundaries, of course. Give to causes you believe in. Mentor, fund specific education milestones. Generosity lifts happiness, as long as it doesn't sink your plan. I'd love to invite you to join our free retirement community. You'll find the link in the description below. It's a space where we share weekly market updates, our latest YouTube videos, and articles that we publish to help South Africans plan smarter for their retirement. What purchase brought you joy? And what did you regret? Your story could be the lesson that helps someone else. Please write your comment in the section below. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with friends and family that might be eyeing a shiny retirement toy right now. I'm Hardy Swart. This is Family Wealth. Keep investing into your future.